But I'm feeling real sturdy. I'm excited, man. I was chomping at the bit to get on today because while we were gone, there was a lot of shit going down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit in New York going down. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. You know what I mean? But let's start off with the relatively positive of New York. What's going on in New York right now? You know what I'm saying? My New York Knicks. The Knicks are 8-6 on the year thus far. What you said? What place you said they're in, Ed?
They're the eighth seed right now.
They're in the eighth seed. Now, I want to touch a couple of aspects of the Knicks, but before I want to get into a clip. I want to get into the Malika Andrews clip when she asked Scott Perry, "How far away are the Knicks in your opinion?" And he answered that. We'll get to that clip, even though it's a little bit old. We haven't got a chance to get on and really, there you go, really talk about it. So we'll get into that. I also think it's relevant because Julius Randle kind of just did a little one-on-one battle with Cat Carl Anthony Towns the other day. We'll talk about that. But Q, I'm gonna go to you first, man. Thus far, 8-6, 8th seed. Julius has gotten going a little bit. He's been on and off. 1 minute he's on, the next minute he's off. Brunson's been getting on. Been getting on a little bit. We saw some good DiVincenzo games. Grimes had sat out a little bit. RJ's back. He's trying to work his way back in. Mitch is playing great ball. Hartenstein's playing great ball. Quick is playing pretty good ball. Thus far, 8-6, 8th seed. What is your assessment of the Knicks so far?
Aside from, obviously the loss to the Wolves, I've actually liked what I've been seeing. I think prior to the Wolves game, they've definitely made a ton of adjustments on getting to the 3-point line quicker, playing that transitional ball without having the ball in their hands, and getting to these guys who can shoot these open shots. Unfortunately, we were all just off, and it was just, at that second half, we just couldn't make any real adjustments. We shot very poorly that game, but I like what I'm seeing. Randall, I'm still on the bend with this guy. He's still, granted, he's still up and down. He's putting up some good numbers, but they're quiet numbers. They're not numbers that is really going to be like, wow, that's the reason that we won that game. Because in my opinion, I think right now it's RJ Barrett that's the one that's doing that. When RJ Barrett is not playing and Jalen Brunson's not having a good game, I think those are the two components that we need, aside from shooting the three and having our bench score points. Because we got outscored on our bench, I think by almost 20 points against the Wolves. If our bench isn't scoring, we have a decent bench. We got Hart, DiVincenzo, quickly. These are guys who could score points. If we're not getting those bench points, we're gonna have a very, very bad issue. And obviously, anybody shooting Paul from the 3-point line is just gonna have a bad night overall. If you're shooting that poor, you better wish upon a star if you even win that game. And to be honest, I'm surprised we even kept it that close for that long. Obviously, up until it just fell all apart. But with Randall, it's just it's just like I said, it's just quiet numbers, man. Like we need him to pick up the pace. We need him to be that playoff Randall. We need that guy, and we don't need that 28 and 12 every night. We just need to see that energy from him. I'm still not seeing it. And
do you think he was pressing the other night? Do you think he was pressing the other night against Cat? Because it's no secret in the media, there's been discussions like, should they do Randall for Cat, right? Potential trade. I'm not even sure if the Timberwolves would do Randall versus Cat, but do you think the other night he felt like a little bit of pressure to kind of outshine Cat, in your opinion, Q?
I think so, and I think that's what probably threw his game off in the very beginning, because if you really saw, he wasn't even trying to go nowhere near or drive near the hoop. And that's not only just because of Rudy. He just he had to go against Rudy, and you're going against Karl Anthony Towns. Those are two big dudes. That's a different type of beast when you can go down to the hole and score against two big guys like that. And obviously that's in the back of his head, and I'm pretty sure he's not stupid. He's seeing how well RJ Barrett is playing, and I'm pretty sure if it came down to a trade, whether it's either him or RJ, I'm thinking at this point it might be him, because I'm seeing that RJ is outballing him this year. RJ is looking aggressive. He's getting to the hole. He's scoring these points, and obviously he had a rusty game because he was out for some migraines for 3 games. But besides that point, RJ has he still hasn't clicked for him this year yet. He's still finding it, and I think this was a hard game for him to do it in, because we needed him to put up like 35 points in that game. I don't need him
No
doing
doubt.
21 and 12. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, and real quick, Ed, I want to get to you, but real
Sir.
quick, let's put some respect on the Timberwolves names the Timberwolves name, because they're like maybe the best team in the West right now, the best defensive team right now. Anthony Edwards, even though he got off to a slow start in the beginning, they got Rudy Gobert. They got a lot of different pieces, man. Ed, talk about your assessment of the Knicks this year, 8-6, like you said, 8th place, and particularly Randall and Cat going against each other in that.
The season's still early, and you know they still, you know, look like that team from last year. You know, they do the team camaraderie, and we got you know, our little big three going, and Quick coming off the bench. We got Mitch playing fantastic this year. Mitch has 85 offensive rebounds alone this year. Like, he's averaging 11 total rebounds and 85 offensive rebounds this year. He's out rebounding offensively teams about a dime a dozen right now.
Mitch is
Him himself.
You heard what Tip said?
No, what Tip said?
Tip said Isaiah Hartenstein is having a crazy year, but it's hard to find minutes for him because how good Mitch is playing. Great problem to have, but my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
No, it's fine. And it's like you said, shout out to Minnesota. And I do feel like I feel like, you know, Randall was kind of like not finding his position in certain plays. Like, he had a decent night, but not the night like you said. It's very quiet numbers. He's still averaging 37% from the field. He needs to pick that up. One thing I noticed he didn't do this game was facilitate the ball better. He was averaging 5 assists a game in the last couple of games before heading into this game. He only had 1 assist. His rebound numbers are still there, but I feel like he should have took a step back and facilitated the ball well, get the bench going, because that was one thing. Like, Vincenzo went back to, you know, being a little doo-doo emoji. He had a bad game. You know what I mean? Brunson,
when he started, he had a good game against was it, the Hornets?
The Hornets, yeah. He had his coming out party. He had 25 with 7 to 8 3-pointers that game. So I thought he was gonna, like, you know,
when Grimes was on the bench. Do you think